So there are definitely some things that we can talk about in regards to your content creation and how to actually get some of these things accomplished way beyond just content creation, but also video production, live streaming. And I want to talk today about one of my favorite tools, which is Streamyard. It's an online platform. It's web-based, so there's nothing to download, that you can actually create some amazing pieces of content with. Now, traditionally, I think most people that know about Streamyard look at Streamyard as a way to do live streams, but that is definitely not what it is all about. There's much more that you can do. Obviously, you can live stream with Streamyard, but you can also just record video with Streamyard, even have a guest come on and do a pre-recorded show. And then also you'll be able to do audio podcasting as well. And the way that they allow you to do this is really amazing. So let me just show you a couple of things here about Streamyard and how you can actually probably start utilizing this yourself. Now, this is the main page of Streamyard. When I go there, and basically, if I just wanted to create something, I can say a live stream. I can do recording, record in the studio. This is video recording, or even an on-air webinar. So now let's just go to the recording feature, since this is where I think things get really interesting. And so I'm just going to put test video. Now, what I want to make sure and do and check, I want to record locally for each participant. So if there's 2 or 3 participants that are going to be in here, I want them to have their very own stream or their very own video. So basically, if I'm recording, let's just say one other person, like in an interview, I'm going to have a video for myself. I'm going to have a video just for them, where it's just them, just me, and then a video where it is the 2 of us combined, so that we'll be able to grab some clips or things like that of each of us individually if necessary, and then also separate audio tracks as well as combined audio tracks. This is where some of the magic really starts happening as well. Now, it's going ahead and it's getting me into the studio here for Streamyard. And here's the thing. So it's got my camera there. It's going to be there like that. And it's showing me that my microphone is working, my display name. And if there's anything I want to have is like my title where it says headline, you know, Earl Studio, whatever. I just like to use my hashtag grind and don't quit. Now under settings, you can go here. It's using my Ecamm Live virtual cam, which is what I'm using. And the audio is coming from my Shure MV7, which I'm using. And then the speakers, I'm just going to use my external speakers for that. Now, what you want to pay attention to as well, make sure you've got the echo cancellation on all the time when you do this. And we can look at the recording space. Yes, record locally for each participant, record audio and video for each participant individually as well. So those things are set and ready to go. If I wanted to have a virtual background, I could put one, but I'm not going to use that in this particular case. But if you've got some things you want to use, then you can use those things, right? Okay, so now let's just go. And all of this is ready to go. And we're going to go ahead and enter the studio. So now you're able to see the studio that's here as well, right? So there's a couple of different things over here. And let me just move this over a tad. We've got my banners that I can use. Example banners. So I've got a couple of here. Like we can just say show and it'll show that banner there that's down at the bottom. That's what it is. I can show this banner, earlhallstudio.com. I can show this banner for grindanddontquit.com or whatever. That's under the banner section. Then under the brand section, we can see how these things are going to display. Let me go back over here and hide this so I can turn that off and be able to show a couple of other things here under the brand tab. It allows me to be able to show how I want these things to show. If I want a bubble graphic to display with my name and that grind and don't quit, I can have that there. And the classic banner I can have there, and then also the minimal banner, which I normally have. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the stream, which is myself here. And that should come up here. And I probably have to turn off that I probably forgot to turn off. Let's just make sure and see. Yes, we can hide that. Now you've got that here. See, I'm going to get into some of the stuff because there's a lot of things you can change up in this. So as I was saying, I'm using the minimal graphic here where you see down in the lower left-hand corner. I can change that to a classic, or I can change that to a bubble, which you see changing there, or I can change that to just a straight block. I like this minimal one here. So I normally just use that. Now that's for your lower thirds. You can show those for yourself, and you can also show those for your guest. You're going to see these different little graphics down here under the main screen, where this is just me by myself. If I had a guest, I could put side by side, or I could have them take up not as much of the screen and like have a banner behind us here. All these things can be set up. If I've got two other guests, we can do this. All these different things allow you to create, whether it's a video or a live stream, very, very easily. Now, you can have your logos here. I'll turn this one on, and you see up here in the top right-hand corner, it just says, that's my Earl Hall Studio logo. If you have the free account for Streamyard, you're going to have the Streamyard banner or logo in the top right-hand corner. We can go ahead and turn that off. We've got certain things called overlays, which basically are things that take up the screen. So these are images that you might want to show, or an overlay. So if I show this overlay, you'll see that's an overlay made with the Streamyard banner there, right? This that I had up earlier was an overlay. Now, these are types of things you can literally make inside of Canva if you want to make those things inside of Canva. You've got countdown timers that are here. You can create your own countdown timers that are here as well. You can add backgrounds to this, and then of course you have the music that you can play as well. Now, I don't want to go too deep into all of this stuff, but even as you're creating things within StreamYard and just recording them, you can actually edit a lot of this stuff inside of StreamYard as well. So what I'm going to go here, I'm going to go back. I've kind of given you an overview of StreamYard and how to do these things. But then if you look at the videos, all the videos that I've recorded, right, we can go in here and we can see some of the things that I've recorded and also be able to download them and upload, like you can say download all, right? So it's going to download everything that was recorded with this. I can trim, I can repurpose, which is right here, which is going to be good for maybe developing a short or something like that that you have upcoming. But now, when you're doing this, let's just say you've got destinations you want to live stream to. You just add your destinations here. Is it LinkedIn? Is it YouTube? Is it Facebook? All of these things are right here within inside of StreamYard. And the great part about this is that because of what you're able to do with the functionality of StreamYard, you're going to be able to do your live stream. You're going to be able to do your video recordings and also your audio podcast right here, all in one spot, and disseminate that stuff out to wherever you want it disseminated to. Now, here's the thing about this. When you're doing a live stream, a video recording, or an audio podcast, I'm going to read from my notes here. You want to make a plan of how the recordings are going to go. You want to have your topic set up and ready to go. You want to have questions or topics prepared so that you're not stumbling all over the place. It's one of the things you want to make sure that you do. So have that prepared. Have screenshots and other video images you want to use. Pull those things in there. And if you want to see like a tutorial on StreamYard, shoot me a comment below. I'll be happy to make you a tutorial on how to use StreamYard for your particular use case. Do you want to use it for video? Do you want to use it for audio? How do you want to use it? Do you want to live stream? We can go through some of that. Just drop me a comment and we can make that happen for you. You want to have the text that you'd like to appear, like we were talking about, the screen, the screenshots, the backgrounds, the overlays, and all that stuff can be made in a program like Canva if you have that already. And also, you saw that there's music that you can incorporate in there, like have an intro to your podcast, if it's audio or even video. You can download and upload music that's royalty free to be able to use as well. I have some links in the description to share with you some of the royalty-free music sites that I use as well. But here's the thing, the preparation before your show. What you do to prepare for your show is probably going to take you longer than what it takes you to actually do your show. You've got to get all those things that I just mentioned before. You've got to get those things ready to go and practice. Make sure you've practiced an episode. Make sure, especially if it's video, so that you know the buttons to push and things like that. Audio is a little bit simpler, but in particular video, because you can make a video and strip the audio from that. Streamyard allows you to do that as well. But that preparation before the show and actually after the show are probably are going to be your most time consuming, because before your show, it's not just about you putting the show together. It's about you promoting that show in a way that people are going to want to watch that show. There's a promotion that has to happen online, because no one is just going to see what you're doing. You have to be talking about it. And I think a lot of times we forget that as content creators, podcast hosts, the whole nine. You've got to promote before, you've got to promote during, and you've got to promote after. So you've got to promote what you're about to do, you got to promote what you're doing, and you have to promote what you've done. And I think those are the three vital steps that many people forget. Understanding and learning the technology and how to use the technology that goes behind all of this, it probably may seem a little daunting if you've never done it before. But the truth of the matter is it's becoming easier and easier to do. But if you never get started, you never get started. So the big part about this thing is to get started with what it is that you're doing. There's going to be links in the description for some of the things that I've talked about here, including a link to Streamyard if you want to go set up a free account, links to like Canva, and also links to my royalty-free music. Make sure that you get what it is that you need. And if there's something you definitely need that I don't have in the description or even in this video, drop me a line. Let me know what it is that you want to know about, and we can make it happen here on the Earl Hall Show with Earl Hall Studio.